I'm calling bogus on that name. Solibidor. Send help now. Trapped in Telezonia.
We're coming to get him! I'm controlling you all with my mind!
Maybe the guy just has Parkinson's.
Even before the familiar telegraph key
Not actually
came
saying
this
it.
first Morse instrument, whose spark set fire to the world of communication. Sure, Western Union was boots and saddles, the golden spike in the railroad tie, singing wires, and the growing pains of a great nation.
And racism,
Everybody
racism,
knows that
racism.
Western Union did a job. The telegraph wire tied the cattle markets of Kansas to the tables of the East. Hitched the cotton mills of New England to the southern plantation. New York cutting.
We shouldn't have a camera in here.
Other methods of communication were slow and tedious. The telegraph was the only means of rapid communication. It was direct. It was fast. It kept pace with the
Is that a
nation's
disembodied
expanding
hand?
frontiers.
Here's some blank pieces
All
of
late.
paper.
What do you read? What do you read? All late. They're all late. What do you read? What's your paper, mister?
Globe.
Here you are.
Hey, what's this, Joe?
What's what?
Blank pages. Where's the news?
My God, I'm dead!
What do you know? They're all blank.
Sorry, Joe. Sorry, Joe's customer. It wouldn't have happened if we hadn't arranged it. There's plenty of news today, but it's still in the making.
What the hell did that have to do with anything?
All right. They just screw over Joe and his customers? That ain't cool.
I don't mean to be personal, sir, but congratulations.
Oh, thanks.
Did you mean to say whether these twins were boys or girls, sir?
Oh, how could I have forgotten that? They're boys.
And you want to send a
Girls.
direct
Big,
mail to
strong.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
big,
It isn't,
strong
too.
boys
Well, who else
with
would like to get
huge,
pregnant?
throbbing.
Well, this goes to about 8 different people. I have a lot more writing to do here.
That won't be necessary.
You know,
You just
something.
put down your list.
Why do I feel this guy lives
We'll
a
see that
rich
they all get
fantasy life?
Oh, swell.
Sure, Fred Brown, twins are news. Western Union is about to make it official. And while you think of all the people who should know about Alice and the twins, hundreds of other telegrams are being sent and received in other ways in the 10-block business area
Mostly
around
by
you.
sailors.
High above the city, a busy executive receives a telegram by desk fax, a compact telegraph machine that operates by facsimile and brings message transmission right to his desk.
High-tech Edison cylinder. I'm throwing myself off the top floor. Lost everything. Smell you later.
He places his reply on a cylinder, and with a push of a button, the reply goes direct to Western Union in his own handwriting. An ultra-modern telegraph method that is close to magic. 50 stories down, Western Union serves
Man,
another
sexting
man
must have
whose
taken
job
forever
demands
back then.
fast and accurate communication.
Hello, Western Union. I'd like to send a telegram. Mr. J.L. Roberts, Tompkins Structural Steel Company.
Why is Western Union working out of a
Templeton,
bomb
Ohio.
shelter?
Construction here, ahead of schedule. Urgent, you wire immediately. Earliest
I
arrival.
mean, seriously, we should be
structural
behind
steel.
schedule at this point. I mean, we gotta have all these
While
costs.
urgent words speed from an engineer to his home office, a steady flow of words flashes to Western Union from the communications room of a large business firm.
Can we have lunch, you know,
handles swiftly
today?
a mass of urgent detail behind the daily operations of a major business. To save
I'm so
time,
hungry.
to pack more hours into the day, to get on fast, orderly record the many details of a busy enterprise. No less important is telegraph service to the smaller
They know
business,
all your
whose need
secrets.
for rapid communications is well served by the familiar call box. At the turn of the handle, the summons arrives at the branch office recorded on tape. The experienced clerk knows at a glance where the call originated and dispatches a messenger to the customer who is telegraphing an order for a 20-ton crane. All the while, people come and go in the telegraph hub of the neighborhood.
Say, how does this sound? Caught surprise shore leave in big town. Caught short of cash. 25 would help. Please telegraph care of Western Union. Thanks. Love to all. Bob.
Great.
All right, thank you very much. And we'll rush these out right
We
away.
need hookers and beer.
Oh, and good luck.
Thanks. Okay, let's send it.
It's a typical day at Western Union. Behind the counter, the mechanical nerves of the system change words to holes on tape, and the holes on tape to electrical impulses
I mean,
feeding
no,
over the
she
wires.
might be a little stiff, but I'm pretty sure
Here
she's
is the
still
urgent
human.
order for the 20-ton crane. To the Western Union operator, impartially and impersonally sending an almost endless flow of words, the contrast between 6-pound babies and 20-ton cranes passes by almost without notice. Now the operator starts the stortgram. A quick tap of the keyboard, and another. Punch the key signals that will guide the message automatically to its destination.
Punch the keys, for God's sake.
Now it's gone. Already arriving at Syracuse, high-speed message center for the territory in which the telegram originated, and a link in the chain of mechanized
It's
centers
coming right
throughout the
for
country.
us! No!
Good news travels fast, and with the speed of light, this good news, now in Syracuse, is automatically
If
being
the speed
flashed
of
onward
light
to
was,
St.
you know,
Louis,
like the speed
message
of a
center
bullet.
for the delivery office, guided only by the
This
two key
message can't
signals
even
punched
travel
in New
the
York,
speed of
swiftly,
smell.
accurately, practically non-stop, along with thousands of other telegrams coursing through these wires, flashing
I don't know
through
what
in
physicists' problem
round-the-clock
is. I mean, it
succession.
looks like it's perfectly easy to travel
Now,
faster than light.
over the high-speed transmitter, the message appears before the operator in St. Louis on both printed and perforated tape.
Just one hell of a big piece of paper.
As it arrives, she notes the destination and click, with the push of a button, the words are on their way to Cumberland, Missouri.
Don't worry, in a few years we'll automate this system and they'll all be out of jobs.
Geez, I wonder what the hell she's doing here anyway.
Here they are arriving in printed form, ready to be gummed down on the familiar yellow blank. A happy group of words, announcing a double blessing to waiting grandparents. Yes, sir. Twins, 6 pounds each.
Don't you ever mention
Alice
grandparents
doing
and coming
fine.
down on something in the
Think
Sam
I'll
Films Again
recover.
movie.
Love,
Oh
Fred.
my.
It seems to take longer to tell than it takes to do, this passage of a message by Western Union. And at the very same time we follow this message, the order for the 20-ton crane has reached its final destination. Preston, California, thousands of miles farther away. Reached it and already delivered. Because distance means nothing when it's at the end of a telegraph circuit. The sailor's request for shore leave money from Dad, gone. Off at the same time as the telegrams about 6-pound twins and 20-ton cranes. Delivered in Bassett, Maryland, by one of Western Union's newest developments, Telecar. A modern message center on wheels, which receives telegrams by radio in facsimile while cruising in outlying
Yeah,
areas.
you know, at this point, putting it in an
Virtually a
envelope
telegraph center at the
pointless.
doorstep. And in less time than
You're
would be imagined,
there!
the sailor will have the money he wants through the speed magic of a telegraphic money order. This is the network of interconnecting high-speed message centers, linking together the vast Western Union system from coast to coast. And from the great
nobody
major
cares
message
about
centers spring a
that
multitude of
big
connecting
chunk
circuits,
of land in
directly
the
linking
west.
thousands of towns and cities,
Screw the
large and
Rockies.
small,
There's
throughout
nothing
our
from
country.
there.
With this vast
Well, Wyoming is an
ultra-modern
Indian
automatic
word for
telegraph
there's
system,
nothing here.
The finest, fastest in the world. Yes, we call it Speedway for Words. A speedway extending far and wide within our shores and even beyond. to and from any part
Well,
of the globe.
It's some sort of interconnected network.
Meanwhile,
almost,
a typical day continues.
Intranet.
From babies to butter. Mack and Cumberland, the supermarket chain, wants 500 cases of butter now. At the market price now.
Not tomorrow.
Trained fingers fly
Not
over
the day
the keyboard.
after, but
The
now.
tape flows, and instantly the order is fed into the great automatic network.
Thick, creamy
In a
butter.
matter of minutes, the butter order is on the floor of a large produce exchange.
Look it up. I mean,
70
it's
million
unsanitary
housewives
down
are
there.
concerned with every move in this marketplace, for the price tags of the nation's grocery shelves are determined here. 500 cases, 95. The sale goes up on the big board. And over the Western Union circuits, the transaction flashes instantly to produce growers and shippers across the land. In every
And
type of
5,000
marketplace,
people are
from butter to
immediately laid
bonds,
off.
Western Union records the nation's sense of values. To provide service to as many as possible, today's Western Union reaches the American people in different ways. Those in small communities may know Western Union service through its agencies and railway stations, like this, where a young lady sends a meet me telegram.
Ooh.
The busy housewife, to send a greeting or congratulation message, may call for telegraph service and simply say, "Charge it to my
Meet
phone,
me?
please."
Is he talking about a weenie
The
roast?
great man who wants to talk away his telegram and
Or
get
those
going
white elephants.
sends a reservation telegram from a convenient direct coin box cabinet. The late traveler, who finds his day too short for all his business, telegraphs for a morning appointment, calling on Western Union at his hotel to work for him while he
The
rests.
hitman calling ahead to see
And
if
here
it's
the
exactly the
occasional
right
user of
address. It
telegrams
is at.
lives in communities away from the center of things, knows the dependable local drugstore as Western Union's representation. To millions of sports fans, Western Union is the answer to what's the score? Wherever the bat cracks against the ball. Wherever gridiron greats collide. Wherever big-time punches fly.
He's got a
Western
concussion
Union
and
is
he's
as much a
bleeding
part
from
of
his
the
ears.
sports scene
Oh,
as the
good
umpires and
God.
referees. Whatever the news, wherever it happens, Western Union speeds the story to its national press centers, serving the world's top newspapers with lightning-fast reports geared to press deadlines.
It's kind of impressive that Western Union
Wherever
actually
disaster
used to
strikes,
matter.
Western Union is on the job to restore contact.
Well, they
bring
still
word
kind
to
of
and from the
do
stricken,
when, like,
and
you need
marshal
to
relief
send
for the
money to
hungry.
someone who doesn't have a
In
bank
scores of
account.
crises in the nation's history, the copper wires of Western Union have been worth their weight in gold. Of all the many places where Western
Sure,
Union
as
serves
long as
the
you want to
American
pay
people,
for it, I
it is
guess.
perhaps here, where representatives speak and act for 150 million citizens, that Western Union serves the greatest number. In the Senate press room, correspondents compile the daily hard copy record of significant speeches, ballots, legislation, and committee action. Almost as soon as it happens, through on-the-spot facilities, Western Union delivers this record to front pages in the free
I love
world.
that they're smoking in the Capitol building.
But there are more than outgoing stories. Western Union in Washington is a funnel
Yeah,
into which
they used to do
Americans
a lot of
pour
things
their
together,
messages of
really.
support or
I'm actually kind of
protest to their
surprised
leaders.
that all these
The
people aren't
opinions of
smoking.
grassroots voters who rightly believe that the elected man is a public servant. When great issues are at stake, the people speak their minds in a flood of telegrams that may total tens of thousands in one 24-hour period.
They will all
Through
be
its high-speed
ignored.
centers and other facilities, Western Union stands ready to carry far greater traffic than the nation demands. One section of its system
Death
operates
threat,
by
death
microwave
threat,
beam
death threat.
transmission. From towers like this in Washington, more than 2,000 telegrams can be sent and received simultaneously on a
Well, that's
single radio
austere, isn't
beam,
it?
traveling with the speed of light through other towers strategically located along the route. How else does this
Don't
Western
think
Union
you
of today
understand
serve?
light speed. You keep
Especially
using
the
that
private
term,
wire
and
system.
I don't think you know what it
There is a need
means.
for communications in volume, such as the private bank wire, interconnecting 188 banks in 54 cities,
Ooh.
providing direct, immediate, and confidential communications for all banks on the network.
Confidential, except for these people.
Here is an outstanding example of modern telegraphy serving the nation's great industries. Yes, Western Union does more
It seems
than
like it was
serve the
surprisingly
individual
easy to rip
24
people
hours
off
a
down
day, 365 days a year. At all times, this battery of teleprinters presents a permanent record of the origin and destination of every message exchanged over the private wire system.
Well, it's only permanent if you actually save it.
Confirmations, instructions, purchase orders, financial transactions.
And, you know,
Not one detail has been left hanging in the air, filed in memory, or left to chance. It's all in black and white.
It's racist.
In the Pentagon, brain center
I
of
was told it
America's
didn't matter.
satellite, the permanent aspect of telegraphic communication conforms to the traditional demand of the military for realistic records. The Army and Air Force use private telegraph systems to coordinate their vast organizations operated by specially trained service personnel. Theirs are among the greatest
Mostly
communication
dames.
centers ever designed and serviced by Western Union.
Oh my God, we're going back to the
Hey,
beginning.
they're all here. They're all late. What do you read? They're all here. Hey. Hey, what do you read?
Hi, Joe.
Hi.
Yeah, that's more like it, Joe. It's got news.
Yeah.
I wish I could
Can't
read.
figure out why that
Ooh,
last
funny
piece
paper.
was blank. A break, I guess.
It's all there now, all right. The things that happen to people and the things
Papers were
that
big
people
back
make to
then.
happen. There's just one blank space in this edition of the paper, but that will be filled in the next edition, because the story is happening right now.
That's
The
how
reporter is taking notes
newspapers
in the
work.
research center of
So
Western
is it
Union.
happening now,
What he is looking
or
at
later
is
now?
the story that will fill the last empty space in the newspaper. The story
When
is a
will
familiar
now be
one to
then?
Western Union, a new one to the reporter. The
Soon.
story of an endless search for improved facilities to serve the communications needs of America. The news peg of the story is one of the finds of that search. High-speed facsimile transmission and reception of both words and pictures. In a matter of seconds, 3,500 words are sent and received.
Did they ever figure out how to do that?
Here
I
is
don't
a look
know.
into the future of communications. A long way from the early key that clacked out.
Look at
dot and
this,
dash
it's so
messages.
beautiful.
Here is modern telegraphy at work, sending and receiving in facsimile, placing all of a vast system at the user's elbow. Here is telegraphy today, hurtling millions of words across thousands of
It's like the
miles,
leaves of heaven.
automatically, guided and controlled by the magic brain of an almost infallible system.
The magic brain.
Speeding messages to destinations with
How does
just the push
Western
of a button.
Union work?
To better
Wizards.
serve America everywhere. To bring distant friends and business customers within arm's reach through the swiftness of the yellow blank. A long way from the old hand-to-hand relay from point to point, slow and at the mercy of human error.
Stupid humans.
Here is the thin white ribbon of words, unchangeable.
We have drawn beyond human
moving the message it carries
abilities.
lightning fast. Visible transcript of the sender's thoughts. Actual record of what has been said. Here is telegraphy on wheels, roaming the streets of outlying districts to bring telegraph service right to the front door. The radio beam tower and its amazing
Whatever happened to
capacity of
mailing a
2,000
letter?
telegrams at a time on a single radio beam. That's a long way from the one telegram on one wire of a century ago. From this telegraph center of the world, headquarters of Western Union in New York, comes a telegram. A telegram for America. Western Union is proud of its record through the first 100 years. A record of service and progress. Which
And we're
in the
sure we'll
needs
be
of
just
today
as prosperous
and
for the
plans
next
for tomorrow
100 years.
keeps pace with the tempo of a fast-moving age.
Couldn't keep up, could you?
So I just Googled, and it is actually still possible to send a telegram.
Well, that's it. From now on, I'm only gonna communicate through telegram.
I don't know why you would.
It's as fast as light, that's why.